Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play, where we're going to do the final thoughts on Terraforming Mars.
Hey.
Do you like it?
So, I'm still here with Chris, who's just been playing Inventrix and came second.
Second place.
And Ben, who
I'm Ben.
is Interplanetary Cinematics, who came third.
Interplanetary disappointments.
I was pleased with second considering how little presence I had on the board.
Yeah.
Especially till the end game.
Yeah, none. I had like one thing and then I got three. The last turn I got three.
I definitely didn't play to my strengths. I just got Interplanetary Cinematics means play events because they're cinematic.
I couldn't find synergy in my initial 10 cards, and I said the only thing I kind of in my initial 10 cards I did was I got the fish, and then which was going to give me a point for every cube I had on, and I had a couple other cards that were basically going to be let me add cards to this for free, and I was like, okay, towards the end game when the temperature's higher, I'll basically just buy myself 6 points. But I didn't know how relevant 6 points was.
I was quite... I didn't get to play a lot into the effect of my corporation, which is that whenever I build a tile on a thing with minerals on it, I get to increase my income as well as getting those resources.
Oh, wow.
Because I kind of got sort of stuck up in this corner, and I was hoping there'd be more cards that allow me to expand out.
That could be good.
And I got the one that let me put down this mining thing, and then I don't know, I can't remember if I took the income for that or not. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you won.
I bought no actions at all that game. I think that really messed me up.
The blue action
Yeah,
cards?
I didn't get
almost
any.
none, though.
But I did luck into this card here, which actually made the sort of steel income I had early really valuable. It just gave me loads of money. I mean, which is great because I didn't start with any money. When you started with all that steel and you were just buying loads of stuff at the beginning, I was like, oh no.
But I didn't spend it very efficiently. I didn't spend it to gain. I kind of spent it to... Because you forget, for every card that has a cost, you also have to pay that 3 to get that card.
Yeah.
So everything's really 3 more expensive than it is.
Yeah. I found that as
really
well.
tricky.
Because I found... Well, that's
free
why...
cards are really good in that case.
Free cards are really good. That
Tell me what
central
to-
AI...
That's kind of why I took the Inventrix. I used the special ability once.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was really going for that central AI, and that's also why... So I was building... I had this in the start, and I took that at the very beginning, and I was building towards it. And also anti-grav technology, which I didn't get as quickly as I wanted, but it requires 7 science symbols.
Yeah.
So I was working towards that for a really long time. But it also has 3 victory points on it, which is really good.
I had this card from like the beginning of the game. I was about to play at the end, but then Chris made it useless, which was this water splitting plant, which required 2 oceans, which is why I played that asteroid to put 2 oceans down. By that point, everyone had the oceans out.
What would it have done?
It let me spend energy to increase oxygen, and I was going to sell it so often. And then at the end, I was like, actually, I could use this to pump up the oxygen. But just because Chris went first, then I didn't have a chance to use
That would have been a good early game card.
Yeah, kind of.
Because 3 energy is not that much. And if you can get an income of 3 energy, you could do that every turn.
But the thing is, I didn't see the value until much later on. I didn't clock that this increases for every one of those until quite late on. So I wasn't thinking to go for the objectives. I thought those meant, I'm increasing them so people with more points can win the game quicker. So that's why I was doing that.
But you also, the 1 point you get and 1 income you get is a good enough of a reward to make you do it early.
That's a thing I really like about the game, is that that is the way that the terraforming reputation thing is tied into monetary income, because money is such a strong resource, and you need an incentive to make everyone continue to terraform Mars, and so that just little way of incentivizing people, and especially making it sort of an overtime engagement. So by the time you get to the end game, where there's not much left to do, people are kind of like, oh, put the brakes on, because I'm kind of like. But then it's like, oh, but wait, there are also victory points. Shit, don't put the brakes on.
Yeah.
It's great. It just because it keeps the pace sort of always sort of, you want those things constantly.
Yeah, so, it makes it feel a bit co-op. Sorry, Ben.
Oh no, well, what do you guys not like about the game? Can I go first, Chris?
I mean, I know why you're asking me. Why you're asking that because off camera I've been kind of voicing early opinions. There's nothing in particular I don't like about it. I just don't find it engages me.
Okay.
I find it really dry, and I don't know. The phrase I always use for this situation is I find the theme doesn't inform the gameplay. I find that I don't feel like I'm terraforming Mars. I feel like I'm just playing cards and putting cubes on a board.
Okay.
But I know you've kind of described Pandemic before as putting cubes on a cube shuffling, whereas I don't feel that way about it. But that's probably the best way to communicate to you how I feel about it.
Yeah,
it's just dull. It's just not interesting. I don't actually think I've got any massive criticism of the actual gameplay or mechanics themselves.
As a game, it works.
Yeah, it works very well. I mean, it's been nominated for the Kennerspiel this Jahres. I'm surprised, not based on its quality, but I'm kind of surprised on that nomination just based on how they've played it on previous nominations. Doesn't seem to go in with the sort of thing they usually go for. That's a good thing, I suppose. I think it works as a game. It's just not for me. I just don't think it's just not for me.
That's fair.
I mean, when I first started playing the game, when I first saw the game, I was like, I don't get this. It looks like ass. All the components look like ass, and the art is not very good. Some of this art is just dire. But then I was kind of like,
art or is it pictures?
Some of them are just stock photos and stuff. You know, you're like,
that's what's weird. Some of them are drawings, and some of them are photos.
It's super inconsistent.
It's so weird.
But you know what? After I sort of played it, I kind of loved it. It felt to me kind of like a really sort of like
serious game, like.
Well, not a series. But the art, it felt like the whole thing was just super tongue-in-cheek about sort of corporations and bureaucracy and all that kind of stuff.
I don't get that feeling from it.
You know, like this especially.
I don't get that tongue-in-cheek feeling from it.
Because it's kind of like even though we're terraforming Mars, which is this sort of like really noble, mysterious space goal. Yeah. You know, it's like make Mars livable for other people. I mean, that's a really cool dream.
Yeah, I think.
And then it's like, and how are we going to do that? By incentivizing giant Earth corporations with boardrooms like this to go and do it. And it's just, I get this really sort of humorous, sort of satirical sense from that. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, or maybe it was just low budget.
It's a bit of a squeeze, but I get what you mean.
I don't get this feeling.
I don't mind the artwork, even the photos. I don't mind. It's just the sort of the mix of it, which is what puts me off.
The mix of it, I don't like either. It's too jarring.
I quite like it though. I mean, in a weird way, because it reminds me of those hard sci-fi. You know, those Sierra Madre games, like High Frontier. It's got that kind of feel to it in the artwork. And I quite like, I used to really not like it, but after a while it felt quite like, okay, it's quite serious in the artwork. That's what I find. And I like that. And I do like the artwork on the event.
I feel like maybe the reason you feel like that way is because you haven't worked in an office. I mean a big corporate office.
Oh, okay.
Not like a little indie developer office.
I am, for me, photographs for artwork are an absolute pet hate.
Yeah, it's lazy. It's really
so
lazy.
hate it.
I don't know. I don't mind it. Depends how it's used.
No,
if it's like
movies,
I love this card.
Do you know the Harry Potter deck builds that came out recently?
Wrong.
We can only send. We can only send terriers to space. Only terriers.
The Harry Potter deck build came out recently. Like Deborah is a really big Harry Potter fan, and I enjoy Harry Potter. I enjoy deck builders, so I thought it'd be a great game to get. And we'll play that together, 2-player co-op. And it's just I was so gutted to find out that it's all photographs instead of original artwork, and it's the same for this. I hate
the Game of Thrones card game HBO edition. I think has that too. It has stills from the movie, from the series, and it's horrible. I find it quite lazy.
And I kind of find it even almost. Actually, no, I don't. I was about to say I think it might be worse that it's mix and match. I actually don't. I'm actually quite glad that only some of them are photographs.
I mean, like, why this? Why have a drawing of a bear
and a photo of a dog?
Why?
Yeah. So overall, the artwork gets a thumbs down from me.
I mean, even
quality in general gets a thumbs down.
Even these tiles, I mean, they look so low res. They're just quite disappointing to look at.
Take those,
which is a shame.
And you know, the other thing is this player board, which we kind of make a joke about because it's just these are extra things that someone's made, and they're. I think they're pretty essential.
I didn't buy them, but I do have.
I'm pretty sure I lost track of some resources during that.
I've been sent the link of where to get these, so we can always link that potentially.
Yeah, that'd be great because obviously we've only got 2 here, but they are quite necessary. And I've seen really nice ones. I've actually seen quite expensive ones that people made where as it progresses up, you rotate the cube. So it's like if it's a diamond, you can really tell like if it's a diamond, it's on that one, and then if it's a square, it's there.
That's quite cool.
And stuff like that. So people have made really good sort of stuff of this. I think maybe Stronghold underestimated how popular this game would be.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it doesn't have the quality of their normal... I mean, these are so low quality.
And the black is just white.
and it's so flimsy.
It's paper. Yeah.
It's
I mean, and I think so. Maybe they underestimated the popularity of this game. But I do. One of the things
Why
I do.
is it so expensive?
Because it's hard to find right now.
I think it's design. I think you're paying for the design, and I think it's because this game mechanically for me is great.
It's about 50 quid, isn't it?
It's almost 60, I think.
Is it?
And I think you're paying for the design of the game, really, because it's just a really well-designed game.
I think, but I mean, in terms of, maybe this might make it cost a lot, and the fact that there's a lot of artwork that's gone into.
This card stock is fine, it's just average card stock.
But there's a lot of cards, and
There's a lot of cards.
But still, this looks like a £30-40 game.
It looks like a 30. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, but I think it's a really great game, and I would rather pay £50-60 for a great game than £30-40 for a mediocre game.
Yeah, mm-hmm. You really like it, don't you?
I think the mechanics are so solid. It feels really balanced. I feel like, it's not so punishing that you can't recover from mistakes, but I also feel like when you notice a mistake that you've made, you know why, and you can feel sort of the loss of the points there. So it's, I think like you can sort of, I like the way you can that you can develop a strategy and go for a long-term goal by taking these cards early game and saying I'm going to build towards that, and that's viable. But I also like how you can kind of change on a dime if you get a card you really like and make that viable too, even right up towards the end game.
Getting those new cards every research phase is great because it means you can really change up your strategy.
And I think I'd like it almost like it even more with the draft at the beginning, which I would totally do if we weren't filming it. There's a lot about it I really like.
Is there anything that you feel that you're kind of you deliberately overlook? Any flaw that you kind of deliberately ignore?
I feel like my sort of understand. I mean,
I have that with the artwork on the cards. Actually,
you kind of ignore.
I ignore the artwork, not because it's a good game, but because I like the theme.
It's something you don't like, but you're able to overlook.
I'm able to overlook the art. It doesn't bother me.
Again,
I know it's objectively bad.
But Mike though actively likes the art as far as
I like certainly elements of it. Like there's some stuff that I don't like the inconsistency. I mean, this is like a drawing, and it also looks like it's from a 70s sci-fi movie. And I really love that art style. But then you pair it with like something like this, which looks like kind of like a bad drawing for like a homeworld thing or
something. If it was all like that, it might be fine actually. Because
But then you've got like
these two
this.
They look quite consistent.
Yeah,
these two.
Kind of.
And then a photo of a dude.
I like this kind of thing on its own as well. So I think
I like the parody there. That's quite a fun parody.
Yeah, right. I mean, and then bushes, and it's just a picture of bushes.
I don't get how this is a parody.
It's a very famous
image. Painting,
yeah. And I think, I don't know, I think like that there's a lot about, I think that there's a lot of styles here that I like, or a lot of sort of different things about these different styles that I like, but I don't like that it's inconsistent.
The corporation logos, though, they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corporation logos are cool.
I like the corporations. I like the variability of them as well.
But you're also able to ignore it if you wish.
If you want to, but I think they're cool. Like I like that. And there's quite a few of them as well.
I like how they add stuff, but they don't dictate your strategy.
But I mean, I almost feel like if I had gone with it, it would have been a better game.
There's 11, so in a 5-player game, you each get 2 and 1 that's out of the game.
Yeah.
I like the potential for expandability as well.
Expansions?
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it needs it.
What would you expand?
You could more cards.
I forgot.
I mean, that would be great.
I don't think it needs it.
No, I think that'd be really cool. I don't think it needs it.
It's variable enough. You could add another planet and have like Terraforming Mars and Venus.
Yeah, or like some kind of like
Terraforming Venus. Thing. And you have
again, we still don't know what this token is for.
One day. I feel like it's to blow up
one of the cards.
Or maybe it's just a placeholder. Maybe it was just like in the chits, in the punch-out sheets.
But why would they print texture on it then?
They do sometimes though.
Because
this game of all things you would not.
Maybe you like cover up Ganymede and you have like a second Mars next to Mars.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Mars 2. Make Mars.
I just feel like after all of the things we've said, it feels tight and well balanced.
Yeah, definitely.
It's tight design.
Really tight.
You can just tell that even these
for a game with so many cards,
seemingly pointless like boosts at seemingly random places, you can just tell that they have been thought about. Like they can't be randomly put there. They can't just be 2 there. Like otherwise it would be every 2.
Mashed there.
I'd be surprised, but
no, I think
that's obviously a thematic choice.
Yes.
But I feel like stuff
I think
like
quite
this,
frequently all of them will already be down by then.
Maybe it's sort of also to just. I think it's also to sort of make when you get to those sort of points to like for example, putting the lake there means that as we approach the end of that tracker, instead of people going, oh, I don't know if I want to go into the final sort of stages, people are like, oh wait, no, but if I do one more or I do two more, I'm going to get the lake as well and get more points.
This really reminds me of a video game called Off-World Trading Company, where it's kind of you settle down on Mars and you're trying to gather resources and export them to make a load of money. It's kind of because we're not really just terraforming Mars here, we're terraforming Mars and making loads of money out of it.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same kind of game as Off-World Trading Company. I quite like that. I like that you have your starting position. Same in the video game. It's hex based and you move around. There's no terraforming part, and I quite like that cooperative kind of end game where it's really more of a race, but thematically working together.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, talking about how I do think it is a tight game. I do think the design of it is pretty good. I do like that the fact that it's not co-op, but it kind of
feels like it should be. Kind of.
It's
but
just,
you do dick each other over.
Yeah, it's you're all. I suppose you're
There's
all.
also a hacker's card. Which
It's thematically cooperative, and that does kind of emerge in.
Oh my god!
Way to lose.
You guys! Oh my god! I forgot about my -1 on the event. My -1 victory card point ahead of one of my events.
Okay, well,
yeah. But I like that. And I also like there's other funky things I like the fact that you could fund an award that someone else then wins. That's cool. Quite cool.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
I like the base theme of Terraforming Mars is actually one that interests me quite a lot. I quite like the whole idea of us needing to colonize other planets to sustain our population.
I think there's
there's elements of it I like. I think I like the card play, but then it's just not for me. It just doesn't float my boat.
Looking at it now, I think this sort of 1990s style sort of graphic design of some of the icons, especially these, like it looks a bit dry. Like I mean, they could have made it a bit sexy.
When I first looked at this game, I was like, this looks terrible.
Blah.
I was like, blah.
I don't want it. Blah.
Yeah, but it did kind of grow on me, I think. But I didn't see the cards as well. Looking just at the player boards and the board itself, I was like, this looks awful.
Yeah, that's why I stayed away from it so long.
But the board actually didn't put me off. I saw this board videos and I thought it looks dry, but it may be. But I've heard it's good, so it's probably mechanically very sound. And the fact that if the game was really lovely, if in every other way for me, the fact that the board's a little bit drab would not bother me in the slightest. The board actually, I think it's fine. Actually, I think it's decent. I think it's a pretty decent board. It's just the package as a whole for me that just doesn't fit my boat.
Sure. Well, I've got nothing else to say. There's not much.
I've got another 6 hours worth of stuff.
Okay,
so.
All right. Let's just sit back.
We'll just sit back while Chris cracks on. Yeah.
No, I've summed my opinion out pretty well. Yeah.
Cool. So.
Also,
thanks for watching.
Let's just sit on my shelf and we not get played ever again.
Let's just sell it to Mike. You might buy it.
Boop. So we'll be back tomorrow on another adventure. So you should subscribe to the channel so make sure you don't miss.
Like the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's in sync.
And throw down a like on this video if you've enjoyed the series, and be sure to leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts on Terraforming Mars and whether you'd like to see any expansions and also what you think might be in those. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
See you guys. Bye.
You weren't supposed to talk.
You can't talk. I can talk. You can't talk.
We were both jinxed.
No, I jinxed you. That's how jinx works.
Oh, I thought it was a group thing.
Bye.
Crap.
Bye. Bye.
Say bye, Chris.
Bye.